Fairies are masters of joy, and they know what each one of us need for more joy in life. It is good if you have a journal or something else for taking notes right after the meditation ends. Now go ahead and close your eyes and get comfortable. Relax your eyes, your jaw, and your shoulders. Feel yourself in the center of your head. Breathe into the center of your head. And now breathe out. Again, inhale slowly and exhale slowly. See yourself in the woods, walking on a path lined by trees. The sun is not up yet, and it is cold. You feel the shivering inside, and cover yourself with a thick wool scarf. As you're enjoying the warmth and softness of the scarf, you look around. As you walk, the trees get thicker, and it gets darker. You feel safe though. You have been here before. As you stop, you see tiny sparks of light on trees around you. Tiny, bright, but warm sparks of light. You feel excited. You know what's coming next. The lights start moving. They are moving in spiral patterns above your head. You are watching the light show in awe. They start moving in a certain direction, ahead of you to your right. You are following them. You reach a gate made of countless flowers. The sun is rising, and trees are less dense here. You can see more clearly. You go through the gate. You're in a place which looks like a temple made out of plants. You see long bamboos for walls and ceiling, ivy on the floor. Towards your left, you see an altar made of thick grown bush. There's a white candle burning. The temple smells flowery. You see dancing sparks of light come inside the temple, except that they are no longer lights. They are fairies, little fairies, fluttering in the temple, all of them looking at you. On the wall across the entrance, there's a door. The door opens, and 7 fairies, carrying 1 parchment roll each, arrive. These fairies are not tiny. They are like 12 inches tall. You're looking at these fairies fluttering in midair. One of them approaches you and says, "Hello." The fairy tells you, "I will show you one lesson from your past about joy that you need to learn in this lifetime." She's rolling out the parchment paper slowly, and she shows the paper to you. You see a word, a symbol, or an image. And she disappears into thin air with the parchment paper. The second fairy comes up to you and says hello. The fairy tells you, "I am going to show you what you are presently working on." She rolls out the parchment paper and shows it to you. You see a word, a symbol, or an image. And she disappears. A third fairy comes up to you and says hello. She tells you, "I am going to show you what matters to you the most." As she rolls out the paper and shows it to you, you see a word, a symbol, or an image of what matters to you the most. Now slowly inhale and exhale. As the third fairy disappears, the fourth fairy comes up and says hello, and she tells you, I am going to show you what you need to heal the most. She rolls out the parchment paper and shows it to you. On the paper, you see a word, a symbol, or an image. As she disappears, you see the fifth fairy coming in. She says hello. She tells you, what you shall see here is what you no longer need to worry about. She rolls out the paper and shows it to you. You see a word, a symbol, or an image. Slowly breathe in and slowly breathe out. As the fifth fairy disappears, the sixth one comes up to you and says hello. She tells you, open your heart to whatever you will see here on the parchment paper. As she opens the paper and shows it to you, you see a word, a symbol, or an image on the paper. As she leaves and the seventh fairy, the last of them, comes up to you, this fairy has a crown of flowers and bright crystals of purples and blues. As she is rolling out the parchment paper, she tells you, now I will show you the source of joy, the source of all light and love, the source of all your solutions, the one and only who can help you manifest a life of joy. You will see an image of infinite consciousness. She opens the parchment paper and shows it to you. On the paper, there is a big mirror facing you. You are loved and you can.